Hello, I'm RJ City, and you are listening to the MonsterCast. You're going to talk about Bela Lugosi. They're going to talk about Lon Chaney Jr. He'd be so sad, holding his hat, saying, "Please put me in this room and don't unlock the door." And you can't do any better than the Dahl brothers. Jack and Ryan, they're brothers, but they're also bros. What? Pardon? Wrestling. Well, who the hell wants to talk about wrestling? These are horror movies. It's a deep genre. It's a smart genre. Fantastic actors. Fantastic cinematography. Wrestling is just sweating and fireworks and bouncy ropes. There's nothing. So how can you talk about that every week? All right. Let's see them try. Take it away, you crazy dolls.
You.
Jesus fuck my fucking ass. What the fuck? Please shut up.
No. Master Watto is a
shut
champion.
up.
You're gonna put some
Stop
respect on his
fucking
name
saying
now.
Master Watto on this fucking show.
IWGP Junior Heavyweight Co-Champion.
What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Apple Fightful here. You're watching the MonsterCast with Jack and Ryan. A big shout out to those fellas. Good people. Check them out.
Oh my god, what is this?
It
Who
looks
is
like a
making
TV.
the New Japan titles? They need to stop
It
making
looked like
titles.
a TV, bro. They took it too literally. That's the problem.
They should have just turned it into a TV. I would have been more impressed.
That would have been cooler.
Put some
Make
antennas
it-
on the top.
No, just make it like a digital title. Like you could display whatever you want on the
Oh,
digital.
like an
title.
LCD screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then have
That'd be
the
sick as
picture
fuck.
of the person that's the champ. That'd be so good.
Oh fuck.
That'd be worth it.
Wrestling podcast. How fucking original.
Jake and Brian. Brandon Cutler here from AEW, and I hope you guys have an awesome podcast with the MonsterCast. What was that? Your name is Jack and Ryan? Shut up, Jack and Ryan.
Tell me who you would sign first.
Hiroshi Tanahashi.
No, not overall, genius. Between the two goddamn examples I'm about to give you.
Master Watto.
Killer Cross or Dominic Dijakovic, who are you signing first?
Killer Cross. 100%.
What the fuck?
Absolutely.
Wrong! That
No,
answer is
I would.
wrong.
I would.
Oh
Killer
my god.
You don't know shit! Your opinions suck!
I guess I mean, you're welcome.
Fuck,
See,
I'll boo it.
I don't think I've ever said boo.
I will.
That's so stupid.
I'll do it. Boo! Boo! You can't. Don't actually say the word because that's why it sounds weird. You gotta. It's like more like a note. Boo! You don't fucking actually say boo. Boo! 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 You don't turn it into a fucking chant. You actually have to.
I will. I'm gonna do that at Forbidden Door.
You start a boo chant. Boo! 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 Boo!
Here's your hosts of the MonsterCast, the Straight Edge Monster Jack and Ryan.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the MonsterCast WrestleMania 40 XL review, supersize. We're going to cover both nights in this show, exclusive to YouTube. So, hope you guys enjoyed the show, obviously, because I enjoyed it more than last year's and the year before that. So, as far as an overall show, anyway. From
The
top to
in-ring
bottom.
work on night 2 at least was definitely a lot better than
Oh yeah, night 2 was definitely better than night 1. We can both agree on that, right? I mean, that's not even.
and better than last year too, aside from, a couple matches. So
Well, the last couple of years, I believe night 1 was better than night 2. But this year, the night 2 one, which is technically supposed to be the better one, actually was the better one this time.
yeah.
Ryan Rockwell, Straight Edge Monster Jack right here. We're rocking our. One thing we can definitely agree on. Hold up your drink. I'm rocking the Mountain Dew. He's got the Fresco over there. Yeah, we gotta do some sponsorship placement because that's all this was for WrestleManias, right?
Yeah, Jesus
A lot
Christ.
of product placements.
Fucking dude wipes. Get a bidet, you fucking animals. What is wrong with you? Dude wipes. Outta here.
I actually have some dude wipes in the half bath right now. But anyway,
Have a good day.
it wasn't because of WrestleMania.
Civilized man.
It's not because of WrestleMania told me dude wipes was on the corner of the women's match, but whatever.
It was on the Jay White Jimmy Uso match.
Jay White.
Not Jay White. Jay Uso. Brother, it's
Yes, but
I am
tonight
not
it was
playing.
on the women's match.
Oh yeah.
So
It was better
besides,
than the Wingstop one.
well, fucking night one had a lot of racist product placement in my opinion.
Wingstop that was weird to me. That is
Wingstop
so
was the
weird.
weirder one out of the two, but they also had the aqua frescas on the LWO
match.
versus oh yeah.
That was
I was
weird.
like, that, come on, man, really? Literally just flip those two around, and we don't even have
Right.
anything to talk about. Like, you know what the hell you're doing? Like, that's so fucking weird to me. Like, nobody's gonna make these fucking connections.
Also, the Slim Jim for the AJ Styles match. You think Southerners just eat Slim Jims? What we do? But no, it's that was weird. It wasn't as bad tonight. It was distracting. Like the wide shot, every time they did that wide shot, the Slim Jim logo thing was like real fucking distracting to me.
I will give credit to WWE. Thank you for the Prime logo not having colors in it. Like the original Prime logo was, because I said on this show, I said, hey, I don't care about logos being on it, but if it's like DraftKings for AEW, where it's just a black logo and just a black version of their logo, that's fine.
Just put it in the corners.
I mean, yeah, that's fine too. But I mean, the bottle was smaller than the original bottle that Logan put on there, and it was the whole logo was just black. So
Grayscale.
yeah, so I'm cool with that. Like, it did not distract me at all. I mean, it was kind of dumb when Cody kissed the ring and he was kissing the bottle, but other than that, like, it's not that big of a deal to me. But yes, it definitely would have stuck out a lot more if they would have left it the original size that Logan used to get heat, and then of course the red and the blue in there as well. The red, blue, and red, white, and blue Prime bottle that was the OG thing that he unveiled. All right, let's get to the matches though. Let's just go ahead, start straight up. Night one, Becky and Rhea. I wanted Rhea to win. You picked Rhea to win. Rhea won, so was happy about that. Match wasn't terrible.
Yeah, especially considering she was sick apparently. So there was some stuff that felt a little bit slow, but knowing that Becky had strep and that she was apparently running like a 102 fever and stuff, like it was a better match than a lot of other matches on the show where they didn't have that as an excuse. So I was completely fine with that. I thought it was a good match.
Also, a lot harder to. There's no pre-show matches, okay, for 2 hours. Well, 4 hours if you count both nights. No pre-show matches. There's nowhere to really ask anybody to gauge what it's going to be like to go wrestle in fucking 40-degree weather on night one, and then you, as an actual world champion, have to go out there in the first match and try to do this, something that they've probably never done before. Definitely not Rhea. Have to go try to wrestle in 40-degree weather, and then one of the opponents, or your opponent rather, is sick. Also, probably not the wisest thing, but whatever.
I feel like it would feel better,
especially if she had
wrestle in the
strep.
cold
Like,
than-
it was rumored that she had strep throat, correct?
Yeah.
Which is highly contagious. And you're gonna go out there in the middle of 70,000 people, and it's cold as fuck outside. Okay, whatever. But anyway.
Or whether they're gonna do cancel a match.
Yes. Yes.
No,
Yes.
But yeah, no. I
But it ended
I
up
feel like
being
it'd
better
be
than
easier
I
to
thought.
wrestle. It'd be easier to wrestle in the cold than the hot, though.
I don't know.
Like they
Those
were making a
bumps,
big deal out
those
of it on
bumps
the
are a
first
lot
night.
worse to take.
I mean, maybe, but
No, not maybe.
Just-
Those bumps are a lot worse to take when it's
But you-
cold outside versus when it's hot outside.
I feel like when it's hot outside, you get tired so quick. Versus when it's cold outside, you're just
Yeah,
like,
if you're 50-year-old Goldberg versus 50-year-old Undertaker in Saudi Arabia, sure.
motherfucker. If it's hot outside, I get tired mowing the lawn. But if it's cold out, I can do that shit all day. It's different.
But
Especially if
they
it's,
were
like, humid or
loving it.
whatever.
They loved to take those bumps. They were on the mat the whole time because it was so soft.
Mm.
That's why they didn't want to get up. That's why they kept falling over. They wanted to take those bumps in the Saudi show. Anyway, the match was a lot better than I was expecting it going in with all the external stuff as well.
I didn't know about any of the external stuff going in, so I expected it to be fine. I didn't know about it until the announcers had mentioned it. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I thought their gear was both cool too. I like the
Yeah, I like
the
both gears
makeup
too.
that they were doing, and yeah,
And
I love it.
Rhea Ripley also broke the live band curse at WrestleMania, so that's good on her. She did it.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's true. I think
She
I
did it.
about
Russian
when
Wilson White played her out to the ring. They fucked up his mic somehow though, because a lot of the stuff when it was picking him up, he actually sounded exactly like the fucking track. But then like I don't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know if it was turned up all the way or what, but there was a lot of times where he wasn't coming through, and then he would just have to lip sync it because it was sounding weird, I guess. Or maybe he was really singing the whole time and we just weren't hearing that part or whatever, because you could hear the background track when you couldn't hear him in the thing. But I mean, it was cool. Both entrances were pretty cool. I don't like a lot of Becky in-ring gear for the big pay-per-views, but I like this one that she had on. This one was pretty cool. A lot of the other ones
stuff
are...
around her was the stuff around her waist like shit from her book.
Yeah,
Is
it
that
was.
what that
Yeah,
was?
the whole her whole presentation was her book related. So
Okay.
that when that all was happening, I was like, oh yeah, I'm winning this. Rhea comes out with a live band. She's got her book shit all over. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely getting this. I'm definitely getting this dub right here. Did not though.
I never had a doubt. Never had a doubt.
Oh, night one was awful for me. I went undefeated on night two, but night one was not good for me at all. Speaking of not being good for me, it also wasn't a good night for Gunther, as he fucking finally lost his IC title, and the reign has been ended by none other than Sami Zayn. The match was good, don't get me wrong. I just don't think Sami Zayn was the right person to take it off of him.
I don't either, and I like Sami a lot. I didn't feel like the build was as long as it should have been for ending
Yeah,
reign.
we
like
don't
that.
need a 2 hour, or we don't need a 2 year build like Cody getting his,
Right. But at least a couple
something.
months.
Yeah, a few months.
Like,
yes, exactly.
Yeah, it felt a little too rushed to me, but you know, I get that they want to do it at WrestleMania and make it a bigger deal and all that, so it's fine. And actually, I sent Gunther a message on Twitter, a DM afterward, telling him, you know, just like that it was a really good reign, and that it was like he had brought something back to the Intercontinental Championship that I felt like hadn't been there in a long time before his reign had happened. So I think that it's good that he elevated the title, but what I worry about now is that now that somebody else has it, does it keep the same relevance? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like Zayn has the same aura as Gunther does. You know, he doesn't, like, he's got a different vibe.
And people were already starting to turn on him mid feud,
right?
So
and like, so you know, it's kind of like I had the same worries with the Cody reign too, but we'll talk about that later. But like, the reason that it is as elevated as it is was because of the guy who held it. And yeah, you beat the guy who held it, but does it keep that same elevation if you aren't still putting out like the... And Sami can have good matches. Like, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried that now it's going to be like every match is Sami's the underdog instead of the dominant champion. And I feel like if you want to keep a title prestigious, you book the guy like a dominant champion. And I think that's a weird way to book Sami, so we'll see how it goes. But like, if you look at title reigns, or whenever we talk about like, oh yeah, that title really got elevated, it made it feel like it means something or whatever, it's always because a guy is having very dominant matches with it, not like he's having really close matches and just fucking scrapes by every time.
Well, the other thing that helps with that is, like, for instance, in this case, it would be like Gunther getting the title back in a few months and then having another decent size reign. Not as long as that one, but trading it back and forth with other guys that can wrestle. But it still goes back to the other guy, kind of like Ric Flair used to do with the world title, because then it would make the other guys even look even better, because it's like, oh yeah, you caught me on that night, but you actually did beat me. Like, you were actually better than me. And then it's like instead of it going to Sami, and then in a few months it goes to Chad Gable, and then in a few months it goes to somebody else, and then that doesn't look as good to me. Like, if it's going back and forth through the same 2-3 guys for a little bit of time before it starts going off to somebody else, then I'm cool with it, because it's not like, hey, we're just gonna keep passing it down until that guy's ready to go to the world title thing. That's stupid to me. Like, it's not. I understand that some people use it as a torch passing thing to the next level or whatever, but that's only for the people that are doing reigns like Gunther. Just because you have the IC title doesn't mean you're going to automatically get up to the world title picture next. So we'll see how they go with that, because we all know that Damian Priest is the new world champion, so it's not like Gunther and Damian Priest are about to just have a fucking program with two heels out of nowhere. So, like, what are they going to do with Gunther going forward will be interesting. Next up, we got the ladder match, where only one of these teams that we picked actually grabbed some titles, and that was your team, A-Town Down Under, got the first set, which pissed me off.
I told you when I picked them, I said it's typically going to piss you off.
New Day almost got the second set, which was really pissing me off. I picked DIY and New Catch Republic. Neither one of them got it. It ended up being Awesome Truth. I knew it would be a Raw team, obviously, if they were going to split them up at all, because A-Town Down Under got the first one, so I already knew New Catch Republic was out. So I was really going for DIY. DIY came very close, but they did not get it. I'm kind of glad they didn't get it, because I didn't want to hear that theme song again. So Awesome Truth wins it. Super fucking happy for R-Truth. Don't know how long they're going to hold it or anything like that, because Miz seems to be in and out of WWE with all the other stuff that he does on a regular basis. But it is pretty fucking cool to see R-Truth go up there. And, of course, in classic R-Truth fashion, throughout the match, he was pinning people, asking for the hot tag, you know, shit like that, like he does.
The hot tag was good. Yeah.
So you're good with the Awesome Truth and A-Town Down Under wins?
I don't think either one of them are going to keep it that long, so I don't think it really matters. I feel like they're both going to be transitional teams. So the interesting question is transition to who?
Well, one of them's going to be transitioning to the Creed brothers, I would assume. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I mean, the match itself was okay or whatever. I'm glad nobody got hurt, obviously. It
wasn't bad.
There was nothing in it I didn't see before.
Yeah.
Is what I can say about it. That's really,
the hot tag spot I never saw before. No.
Well, yeah, the R-Truth being dumb, that has nothing to do with the rules. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, I didn't see really anything that hadn't been done before. Which I'm not asking people to go out there and kill themselves or anything like that. But
right.
But when you got 6 teams involved or whatever, and that's 12 people, something. I mean, can't have.
Would you want like a
12-man
Tower of Doom?
Something one night? No, I don't. Not a huge fan of the Tower of Doom. You know this.
I know.
Something though. Something that we've never seen before. I don't know what it could have been. That's their job to figure out, not mine. But
true.
Yeah, I mean everything that we saw was pretty much we've seen in a ladder match at some point. All right. Let's get back to the night 1 stuff. Night 1, Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. We both got it right. It was both our 13s. But that is not how we wanted it to go, I'm sure. I don't know if anyone actually enjoyed the match. It looked like they tried to troll people. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it was. I know it was 18 fucking super kicks. I know that.
Yeah. I think it's hard because Jay's a good singles wrestler. We've seen him have good singles matches.
And we're happy that the right guy won as well, obviously.
Right. I don't think I've ever seen like a good Jimmy singles match. And I don't want to put like the whole match being bad on him or anything. But it didn't click. It was too much of the same stuff. The spots they weren't really built up to when they did happen. The one sort of like story beat that they had in it was super fucking predictable, with the Jimmy trying to beg him off in the middle of the shit and then immediately trying to sneak one on him. Like, it wasn't good.
Yeah, I thought Io did it better with Bailey, honestly, that spot.
Yeah, I'm happy that they got the match, and I feel like that was more the point maybe than having a good match. It was just like, let them have their moment against each other at WrestleMania by themselves, like. But nah, it didn't hit for me. But
I think the match should have happened months and months ago.
That too. It felt a little late.
Yeah. And then they try to reheat the feud that was already cooled off. Yeah. All
Not
right.
much to say about it. Just wasn't that good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to shit all over them or anything because enough people are doing that, but it definitely was my least favorite match on both nights.
Yeah.
Jade, Bianca, and Naomi, they beat Damage Control. This was a good first outing for Jade, but nothing really different from anything she's done in AEW, so I don't know why the hell she's been off TV this entire time.
She had to train to learn how to squash people because she wasn't already doing that against jobbers in AEW.
Yeah,
What the fuck was this? It was weird.
The 60 wins that she did were exactly pretty much what she did in this match.
When I heard Triple H talking about like, oh yeah, she doesn't know how to do certain stuff or whatever, my brain always went to he's saying that she doesn't know how to like sell because she never really had to do that in AEW. She only had like 2 or 3 actually competitive matches, so she maybe doesn't have experience with taking bumps or like with like selling moves or whatever. They didn't have her do any of that shit here either. So if you're gonna book her the same way that AEW did, who the fuck cares? What do you mean? What are you talking about? This is very weird. She just came in and was like super dominant, didn't really take anything. Like, I don't know. It was weird. It felt weird.
Right
Match was
person.
good.
I mean, right team won, obviously.
Yeah.
Dakota took the pin like we said she would. Made sense. I assume that this is going to branch off between Jade and Naomi probably going after, or 2 of the women from that team are going to go off and try to go against the Kabuki Warriors, I'm sure, for the tag titles, which is awesome because they need more legit tag teams over there for that division. And it gives Jade and Naomi something to do instead of, just being lost in the shuffle in the singles division now that Bayley is the champ and she's not going to be losing it anytime soon, you would think. Dragon Lee and Mysterio is who we picked. However, that's not what happened. Andrade got the nod instead because Dragon Lee was quote-unquote injured. I feel like they've taken Dragon Lee out of 2 spots. Dragon Lee has been taken out of 2 spots already. Don't know why. Really thought Carlito was going to turn on this match, and I'm so glad he didn't. So it ends up being Andrade and Rey Mysterio versus Dominic and Santos Escobar. And the funny thing about this is, to me, is that Andrade said in the interview why he picked Raw over SmackDown was because he didn't want to be lumped in with all the other Hispanic wrestlers and not ever like branch out of that thing. And now here we are, you're hugging Zelina back with them, and then you're in the Hispanic all-star Hispanic fucking tag match at WrestleMania. Also, if everybody's gonna come out there in their fucking gear, why didn't you just make it 4 on fucking 4?
Yeah, that was weird to me.
They all came out in gear and then they all got involved.
That was weird, and then also the Dragon Lee thing. That's not even the first time that's happened to Dragon Lee from Andrade, because it happened in AEW too. He came in and fucked him over and took one of the spots that he was supposed to be in with one of the Roosh matches or whatever. So it was very weird. I don't like what they're doing with Dragon Lee. It sucks.
Yeah, I hate it. That was literally their chance to launch him off to be the next Rey Mysterio and have him show out.
Very weird.
I don't get what they're doing with him either.
I was watching the Tyler Breeze Fanatic stuff where he sits with whoever and they all sign shit and they talk for a little bit or whatever. They do auctions. He had one with Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio was talking for like 5 fucking minutes straight about how excited he was to work with Dragon Lee and like he was gonna finally get to showcase him to the American audiences, like on a really big stage on WrestleMania, blah blah blah. And then literally the next fucking show, they do this stupid ass like backstage attack, stupid angle. It was crazy, man. I didn't like this. I didn't like this at all.
I mean, if you're not gonna do anything with him, and you want him to be beneficial, and you want to, that too, and you want him to be beneficial to your company in any kind of way, just bring back in Samurai Del Sol and put them in together as a tag team and put them in the tag team division. Like,
yeah,
same body type, both got cool masks, both got cool movesets. Just put them as a fucking tag team at this point. I would love to see that team versus a DIY or a Creed Brothers or New Catch Republic. Those matches would be fucking awesome. That would be like old school NXT Black and Gold tag team matches type stuff. So like, if you're not gonna do something with him in the singles run and that wasn't supposed to be his launching pad again, then what the hell are we doing? Like, for real. Like, and don't forget how they treated him when he first came in. They gave him the audience thing, like he was standing in the audience like they just did with Julia at Stand and Deliver. Yeah. And then he comes in and he loses like his first 2 matches right out the gate. I'm like, huh? There's no reason he shouldn't be the fucking North American champion in that first match that he was in.
I don't think they know how to book anybody that's got like a strong lucha style unless it's Rey Mysterio. Because everybody else, they keep him on mid card, low card, treat him like fucking cruiserweights all the time, even if they are actually cruiserweights. You know, Rey's a fucking cruiserweight too. Maybe not anymore. He's actually pretty big now. But they were still booking him in like normal matches against big guys, having him winning world titles and shit. Like, it's very weird the way that they treat everybody else. But Dragon Lee could be in that same spot easily. He's got a broader moveset than Rey. He's more athletic than Rey now. Comparing them in their primes, pretty similar. But yeah, it's weird how they're using him right now. I don't like that shit at all.
But comparing Dragon Lee now, because this is when you have him, obviously, to Rey when he was world champion in like 2006, I believe. He's better than Rey was in 2006, I think.
Yeah,
so I mean, Rey was already to the point where like, okay, I'm doing the same 10 moves and the WWE formula type matches or whatever. And then obviously he showed out in the Rumble because he was the smallest dude in it or whatever. But yeah, no, Dragon Lee is like, if you really want to reach the Hispanic audience and the little kid audience like you were doing with Rey on SmackDown all those years, this is the time. You have the guy right there. Go fucking do it.
Sell some fucking masks.
Yeah, sell something.
Yeah, it's
anything.
weird.
What the hell are we doing? All right, and then the main event, Roman and Rock did win. We both picked them. I got 12 points on that one. You got 7. I don't have the point breakdown by each night, but you were destroying me after the end of the first night, I believe. I think. I don't know. I might have texted it to you actually. I don't know. I have to go back and look.
I don't remember if you texted me the confidence breakdown.
Confidence, okay.
I do think you said you're fucking killing me.
Yeah, I was not looking forward to night 2. That's for sure. Based off of the picks.
I was up 4-0 on you on confidence, and that was before the show was over. So, no. So at the end of night 1, actually, I was up 2 matches on the records, but you were up 2 points on confidence.
Okay. Yeah, which did not bode well for me confidence-wise for night 2, and I knew that going in because I was like, all his big numbers are probably going to be on night 2, and I'm fucked.
Except for Jay.
Yeah. All right, so I actually enjoyed the tag team match. So the reason why I enjoyed it more than I thought I would is because it only involved the 4 dudes that were involved in the match, that were supposed to be in the match. There was no Jimmy and Jay and Solo and all that because they were saving that for night 2, obviously. But it was just, I love the storyline with The Rock fucking threatening to fire the referee because he's on the board and he can do that. That made perfect sense to me. Like, it all flowed together nicely and well, whatever. I knew Seth was going to take the pin. That made the most sense, obviously. He was selling the leg injury, and then, of course, we were like, man, I'm pretty sure he's going to have the first match tomorrow. He's going to be fucked. And we thought about that on the show, and that's why we both picked Drew on the show. So I think it flowed exactly how we thought it was going to, honestly, and I enjoyed it. There was just enough fuckery and stuff going around as far as like weapons and belts and all that kind of shit, and mad shit talking from The Rock the entire match, which is always hilarious to me, because a lot of people don't do that anymore. So yeah, that was. I mean, I enjoyed it. For a night 1 main event. I was cool with that.
I thought the match started off slow, but everything from like the double pedigree spot onward, I felt was like really good pacing, like good beats, good spots. Like everything felt good from that point onward. And from there,
I will say the only thing I didn't like about it was that it took us an hour to get there from the last match. You had 2 ad breaks. You had 2 fucking ad breaks, and then you had the 4 entrances, which I already knew the entrances were going to take long because it was the tag team match, and it was The Rock's only entrance for the weekend, so I knew he was going to fucking, just kill it. Roman actually had the shortest entrance out of all 4 for the first night, and I was like, that's because his fucking entrance tomorrow night is going to be double the time, obviously. But still, they all took like 17 minutes on entrances. It was insane.
Yeah, Sean Ross Sapp had posted a giveaway on Twitter for whoever could guess the closest amount of time that the entrance would take. And I think it ended up being like 16 minutes and 40 seconds from...
Yeah. The funny thing is, I literally put as a joke an hour. If I would have won, if we would have done it from literally the last match before that, when it rang that it was over, to the bell that it rang to start the main event, I would have been right. It was literally an hour, dude. It was fucking nuts.
Yeah, I think the only thing worse than waiting on all that shit to finish was after the show. Collision was supposed to start at 11:30 on TNT, so I go over there at 11:30, and it's like the end of the fucking college game, then analysis of the fucking college game, 4 old dudes, multiple commercials, like for another fucking 17 minutes, just bullshit of commercials and college basketball analysis. I don't give a fuck about college basketball. And that shit was supposed to start at 11:30, didn't start till like 11:45, 11:46. That to me felt just as bad as waiting for all the bullshit before they even got to the entrances for the main event. Like, who the fuck needs all these advertisements for your own shit on a show that everybody's watching so they know what WWE is? You don't need to advertise yourself. It's so fucking dumb. I hate that shit.
Yeah, it's weird that they're not advertising on other channels instead, like regular commercials would, so that you could get those eyes to come over to you, not
then you have to pay for it. You don't have to pay
advertising
for
to your own
your
video.
show.
It's kind of like when you're already started the pay-per-view and then the announcer's like, hey, it's about to be the fucking main event and they're still trying to sell pay-per-views. Hey, go get your friends. Go get the pay-per-view now. Like, why the fuck would I tell my friend that, hey, you need to go pay $60 so you can watch this one match because
one
you
match.
want to... What? What the hell are we talking about, dude?
Listen, if it was the Revolution tag team match, I might do that. But
Holy shit.
not for this one.
Yeah, the
but
thing
it was good.
I had the ad version of Peacock, so the thing that pissed me off the most, I didn't get to watch any of the video packages, which I'm not complaining about because, you know, I've already seen all this shit. And I believe somebody did the breakdown. It was like 36 minutes on night 1 of video packages. So the only one I think I got to see was the main event.
So Peacock doesn't charge separate pay-per-view charges for WrestleMania?
Just the $9.99 a month that I pay. I get to watch it.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't.
No,
I
it's
didn't
not like
pay for it,
ESPN
no.
Plus where they make you fucking pay for ESPN Plus and then pay for the fucking UFC fight. No.
I have a moral issue with paying for WWE, so I did not pay for it.
I got anyway, I paid for Peacock, so it's already included. I don't get it because I already had it because
I already have Peacock too.
yeah, I already had Peacock, so it's not that big of a deal. It actually just saved me $9.99 when they merged and WWE Network went away. All right, so anyway, the thing that pissed me off the most was if you have the ad version, this fucking Wheatley goddamn vodka or whatever the fuck ad that they kept playing.
Cody Rhodes thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm pretty sure that was Cody Rhodes' thing, but his commercial for it is so bad. It's this fucking dude singing this stupid fucking song, this jingle. It's the worst jingle of all time in a sponsor
When
I've
you
ever seen in
want
my
a
life.
treat, you can have it neat or whatever the fuck.
He said, Wheatley, so good I drink it neatly. I'm sitting there like, what? And then he's snapping his fingers like he's really into it, like he thinks he's doing something. And I was like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. I hated it. And they played it 20 times on night 1 and 20 more times on night 2. We had to get 5 fucking shots of Cody's fucking new wrapped bus with it on the side of it. We had to get Braun Strowman on the pre-show drinking it with a bunch of whites. And then
A bunch of what?
a bunch of whites.
A bunch of whites?
A bunch of whites.
Okay.
I think the only black person there was maybe Byron. I don't know if it was Byron. I can't remember if it was Byron doing that segment or if it was Peter Rosenberg, but
Okay.
I don't remember. It was on the pre-show though, and I was like, what in the fuck is this? And then I was like, oh, it's Cody's vodka. That's cool. Whatever. That makes sense now. It's on his plus. That's cool. But then when they played the fucking ad, I was like, nope, not for me, bro. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
I do need to understand if you understand something. Do you know what he means by drink it neatly?
Yeah, without ice or whatever.
Okay. So it's not just like a stupid fucking, like, it makes sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. It's stupid. It's dumb.
All right.
It's dumb. It's a dumb
I was just asking because
jingle.
I know you don't. I know
Yes,
you don't
I
drink,
know
so-
I don't drink, but yes, I know what it means.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still
Because
dumb.
if you don't know what that means, then you just think like. I'm
Oh
real
no,
careful with
like
it.
yeah, like I drink it without spilling it on myself. Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, I know the difference, guy. I'm not
Okay.
dumb. But anyway,
Shit.
that was my most. I mean, they played a lot of the same stuff, but that one was the one that annoyed me the most. Like they played the WWE 2K24 commercial a lot, and there was another one
See,
too.
that makes sense though, kinda, because it's like.
Yes, but that's just another thing. Like you said, you're sponsoring your own shit. Like, bitch, we know. Like, what? We know the game is out. Like, what are we talking about here? You don't have to tell me 20 times about WWE 2K24 being out. I'm watching WWE right now.
I don't like when they advertise like their own other pay-per-views and stuff. That's what I don't like.
I don't have a problem with that if they're announcing it just where the location is or what the date is or hey, it's coming up. Yeah. Like the Paris Backlash one, I didn't have a problem with because they only did that one time.
Speaking of Paris, didn't Triple H say something tonight?
I mean, not Paris, but Lyon. I forgot how to pronounce it.
Sierra Leone.
But it's going to be in France, yes. Yeah, they said it on the second night of the thing before he talked about it on the press conference. It's going to be on a Saturday. It's going to be at 1 p.m., which is a lot more doable than the fucking last one they had at 4 a.m. here.
Oh, was it?
Oh, yeah.
It was? Okay.
Wasn't for me, though. Not for me. It was for whoever else was getting up at 4 a.m. to watch that shit. That was a elimination chamber, right?
I'll stay up to that time for the G1, and that's it. I ain't doing that shit for.
Anyway, Roman and Rock.
Roman and Rock
winning. I didn't have a problem with it. It was good shit. Like
the mid-spear spot with the way overreaction was really funny to me too.
It was better than the fucking Jey Uso spear.
Yeah.
I
was more talking about Rock's selling of it.
Rock is one of the better sellers. He's very underrated at that shit. It's not just the Stone Cold Stunner that he can sell, bro. He sells a lot of stuff.
His face was funny though.
Ooh. He could also, if he wanted to, no sell the shit out of it too. Like, motherfucker, look how big I am. You trying to spear me? Like, no. I would just stand there. Just let you fall off of me like a cartoon. Nah, I'm good.
Right. It was the result we expected. The match was good.
I'm glad he got out of the bell bottoms. I thought he was going to be wrestling in bell bottoms for a second, and then he took them off and was actually wearing the old school tights. I was like, what is he doing? I was like, is he about to wrestle dressed as Elvis? It was weird. All right, so
waiting for Elvis to come out tonight.
That was it for night one. Let's go to night two. Okay. Night 2 was better. Alright. I got a slight lag on my video right now, and it's annoying the shit out of me, sorry. Drew McIntyre defeated Seth Rollins, become the new world champion just like he wanted in front of fans. And then, of course, he had to go get in Punk's face, and then Punk tripped him, beat him with his brace, and then Damian Priest came out and cashed in on him, and it was so funny. Okay, so I do love this storyline, even though I'm not a huge fan of Punk right now. I thought the way that this flowed too was really good. It was really well done because it made total sense. Drew got his moment like he wanted in front of the fans, and then he couldn't let go of fucking with Punk. He did it one more time with the Roddy Piper music because he knows that Punk loves Piper, which is well established and well documented. So that was hilarious to me. And then after the match, gets in his face and they're talking shit back and forth to each other. And then CM Punk now can be directly involved with, at least for a heel mindset from Drew. Oh, I lost the title because of you type deal. Because if you would have never attacked me, Damian would have never came out and cashed in. And you caused me that. So that was fucking perfect. I loved everything about that. And before that, Drew and Seth actually had a really fucking good match.
Yeah. Opening with the Claymore was smart because I felt like it gave Seth a reason to be working from the bottom the whole time that wasn't explicitly like so focus on him losing last night and all that stuff. So it kind of made it kind of focused the match on this match as opposed to making it about external shit, which makes McIntyre look better to me, I guess. And gave the story a lot more work from the bottom type drama just from the start. Then the other way they could have done that is if he came out all taped up and shit, but they do that too much. And he kind of did, like, the kinesio tip or whatever, but you know what I mean? I'm talking about like DDP fucking rib wrap. Like, but yeah, that I thought the match was good. When he was about to hit the future shock on the outside, I thought when it was at that point in the match, I was pretty sure that the match was going to be like shorter and pretty close to over if he had hit that, and then he didn't hit it. I was like, oh, they're going to bring this out like another fucking 10 minutes, and they did. but it never felt like it was too long either. So yeah, I thought it was a good match. I felt when they kept lingering too long after Drew's still in the ring, Seth is doing his like emotional waving goodbye to the title and walking back up the ramp shit.
Did it not feel like Seth did not know that Damien was going to come out and do that? Because like Seth was like genuinely upset and saying, hey, you fucking deserved it. Like he literally mouthed, hey, you deserve it. And was like, had tears in his eye and crying. Did he, do you think there's a chance he didn't know that they were going to send Damian Priest out there and just take the title right off of Drew anyway?
I don't know. If that's true, they need to stop not telling that man shit, because they also didn't tell.
That's true too. Yes, that would be fucked up. But the other thing is like, it kind of made him look kind of dumb, because like that's what I'm saying. Like,
right.
It was like, oh yeah, you deserve this. Like you're gonna take it and do what I did to it. Yeah, and then you lose it 2 minutes later.
You ever see those videos where people will like they'll catch rats or rabbits or whatever, and they'll take them out to the woods and like let them go, and then they'll be like, okay, go be free, and then a fucking hawk will swipe down and just take them immediately. That's what it made me think of. It's like he's like so emotional, he's leaving. Oh, okay, Drew, you got my belt. Be free, be free. Fucking Damian Priest. Shit. It got too predictable the longer that they took with that sequence to me, and I was just like, okay, they're doing the fucking title switch. But I guess it made sense with all the story beats and stuff, so I didn't care that much.
Well, I mean, we knew that was gonna be a possibility on the prediction show when I mentioned it, because neither of us picked the Judgment Day to keep any of the titles, right? Tag titles, and I was like, hell, well, if that's gonna happen and Rhea keeps her title, either two things are gonna happen: either Damian Priest is gonna cash in on night 2, or Rhea's gonna be like head in charge, like because she's the only one, and be super pissed because she's the only one with the title. Yeah. All right. These are not the right order for night 2, but we're just gonna go in the order so I don't forget anything. Bayley won in probably the best women's match of WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's not hard to win against Io Sky. But
well, whoa, dude! Don't start your shit on here today.
I like Bayley,
dude. No, you do not. Shut up.
No. I don't like Sasha.
I know you don't like Sasha, but you undersell Bayley all the time. It's fucking annoying.
I think she's my favorite third place horsewoman.
You're out of your fucking mind, dude. Bayley beats Io Sky. That was a 12-11 for us on confidence pick, so we were pretty fucking confident on that one. Yeah. Much more so than I was on Drew McIntyre, which I had a 2 on. But they told a good story. Also another leg injury. A lot of leg injuries during WrestleMania weekend, apparently. I'm sure Charlotte loved to see that.
People are saying Seth messes up near the end, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Well, yeah, he did. That's why I didn't. That's why I was actually surprised that he came out later. Yeah. He messed it up in the Drew McIntyre match. That's why I thought it was weird that he loses. Okay, so he loses 2 matches in a row at WrestleMania, then he comes out later after he changed gears and has a hurt leg and lost his world title and fucking lost the night before in the tag team match, and he still tried to help Cody.
Instantly gets fucking super punched.
That was weird as fuck. Okay, exactly. And then they don't even film it because the camera crew completely misses it. So that was good shit too. Good job.
I love that spot though. We'll talk about it a little bit. But yeah, so the women's match, we both knew who was gonna win. It made the most sense for the story. It was the right call. It was a really good match.
Like that, none of the other ones got involved as well.
Yeah, it didn't need to be overbooked at all. So it wasn't. Yeah, I thought it was good. The question is, what do they do with a face Bayley from here?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. That's a great question, because I don't think, unless they do what I said and then have her like feud against each damage control member or whatever.
Just destroys Dakota Kai. Okay, that's good. And then
the problem is
next, and then probably loses.
Yeah,
to Asuka,
the problem
maybe?
is that the heel women on SmackDown, outside of Io Sky as far as singles go, the only other person you really have is Tiffany Stratton right now, and she's not gonna win it because she just got there. So I mean, like, you could do a program with her. There's nothing wrong with doing a program with her, but I'm trying to figure out what is the big name that would go against Bayley as a heel. and I can't really think of one.
I mean, it'd have to be Asuka.
Yeah, but Asuka's still got the tag title. That's what I'm saying. They would have to drop
You can
those
do
to somebody
both.
first. They'd have to drop them first.
You act like they've never had a double champion.
They have, but they're not going to do it with Asuka though.
We'll see.
Well,
she
not
also
that
doesn't have to win.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I'm just saying that I don't
I'm
think
also
they're going
saying
to.
she doesn't have to win.
No,
mean,
I
Asuka
agree with
could go
that.
against
I agree with that.
yeah.
I said she would fucking feud with everybody in Damage Control. I said this. I said it on the prediction show. I said it right now, earlier. But you're still going to have somebody that can eventually take it off of her. And it'll have to be a heel. Maybe it is Tiffany Stratton down the line. Maybe Jade turns down the line. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, Jade would make sense.
Il Bianca would be interesting. Gotta be something new.
She could. Well, it's so weird because
I don't know if they'll do that with the TV show that she has or the
Street
reality show.
Profits, Street Profits and Lashley, when they started, were heel-ish, but then they put them against a heel team, and now they're not really heels.
Correct. And they
So
already
you
have the
could
female
put-
spot taken with
but
BFAB.
BFAB
so it's
is
not
already
like,
there. Yeah,
so it's
that's
not
the
like
problem.
Bianca can go in there.
Yeah.
It'll be with Montez, so.
I mean, it's not like you couldn't have two women. Maybe they could be a tag team.
No, I think that's a step down for Bianca, honestly.
Hmm.
Like
I mean-
Bianca Naomi tag team or a Bianca Jade tag team would make more sense to me than.
Oh, the step down is because it's BFAB?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Especially,
Oh, yeah,
you don't want her to
that's
be
not-
with
they're
somebody that other person, that's pretty much their ceiling. You want her to be with somebody to be like, okay, this is going to be a quick little thing, and then we'll turn on each other or break off after we lose the titles and go back to singles or whatever, or something like that. And it made sense. Kind of like with, what Bailey and Sasha did the second time that they got the titles. When it was
Could do
Bailey
it with
Dose
Naomi.
belts. Do what?
Could do it with Naomi.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said with Naomi or
Oh.
Jade.
Then whoever
Okay.
turns becomes the heel, and then they go against Bailey.
LA
Yeah.
Knight defeated AJ Styles. We both picked LA Knight.
I thought this match was good. It wasn't great, but it wasn't. There was nothing that stood out to me as particularly bad about it, except for the constant Slim Jim shit. But, the match itself was fine.
Well, I mean, I was happy about the Slim Jim stuff because as soon as I saw all that Slim Jim stuff, I knew that I was going to win this match. And LA Knight was going to win. Because there's no way they're going to do all that shit with LA Knight, and he's literally the new spokesperson for Slim Jim, and then have him go out there and lose. There's no way.
Slim Jim was for losers.
Talking about how thick fucking Rock was, let's talk about how thick fucking AJ Styles is at the moment. Like, what the fuck is that man on?
You know what's fucking crazy about that is he was on, goddamn, he was giving some interview, and they asked him. It might have been Chris Van Vliet, but he was like, "Oh man, we went on your redate." It was like right when he had just come back. It's like, "Oh man, you look huge," and he's like, "Ah, nah, it's just the lighting and blah blah." I was like, "Motherfucker, that ain't just lighting. That's goddamn. We know what that is. That ain't lighting."
yeah, he's a thick boy
At
right now.
46 fucking years old, buddy.
Yeah,
That's
there's
not
no way.
lighting.
Man got abs that don't move. Yeah, like let's be real here.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of times where Jade, where she takes pictures and you can see her abs and they look awesome, but then when she comes out to wrestle, you don't see them as
It's
much.
a little flatter. Yeah.
Fucking
It's
AJ's is literally just there, dude. Like somebody pieced them together in a lab. It's like
Is-
what?
Yeah. And,
Like
and
Katie
you know he's not
Forbes
doing
abs, like
constant-
they're fake as fuck. Like there's no way that this
Oh,
man.
real.
No, his are real. Yes.
Oh yeah, but like no, it's so weird because it's like normally, especially at his age, there would be some level of water manipulation that you'd have to do to maintain that look. So getting that much bigger in that period of time at 46 years old, for that man to be like, "Oh no, it's just lighting," you are delusional. You are deluding yourself. We all don't know what the fuck it is, and nobody cares. But you just can't say for some reason. Everybody acts like it's so weird. Meanwhile, Brian Cage is out there just like, "Fuck yeah, let's charge what the fuck you mean?"
Yeah,
Whatever,
see,
retarded
that's
ass question.
that's the thing is the people that grew up in the business, and obviously AJ's been in it a long time, WCW.
Yeah.
So like there are taboo words that you don't say, or maybe they doesn't want to say the quick slang word for it because then everybody was gonna run with it instead of saying what it actually is, and nobody even knows what the hell you're talking about, type of shit. So like you've broken down many times on the show before the difference between steroids and ERT and HGH and all these different things that people take. that are illegal in most sports and stuff like that, or just in general. And
Oh, everybody
and-
there would be allowed to do TRT though, for sure.
and then like so people would just be like confused, and he doesn't. I feel like he knows that wrestling fans are stupid. So if he says anything, they'll look it up, and it'll be linked to steroids, and they'll just say steroids. So like that's what they do. They're wrestling fans are dumb. So
And the problem is, like, when you say steroids, that's like, okay, are we talking orals, Anadrol, Anavar, D-ball, Turinabol, like Stanzanol? Like, what oral? Okay, we're talking about injectables. Are you on Test E, Test C, Test P, Trin? Like, the wide range of what that could mean is the problem. If he were to just come out and say, well, you know, at my age, I'm on TRT and it does help me recover and stuff like that, it wouldn't be nearly as bad or as delusional sounding. Now, obviously, he's on testosterone at his age to be putting on and keeping muscle mass like that. The thing is, a lot of people get on TRT, and a TRT dose is supposed to bring you back into like a physiological baseline number, but a lot of people will get a prescription for TRT that is a little bit more than putting them back at their baseline number. And it seems like that's most likely what's happened here. So, yeah, no,
you can't even say, I just lost some weight. Like, so if you're somebody that got smaller, like, oh, no, they shot themselves with some Ozempic. That's not new thing right now.
Semaglutide, GLP-1.
All right, let's talk about but yeah, I agree. LA Knight versus AJ Styles was a solid match. I think it was a good outing. I think it didn't hurt LA Knight. It didn't hurt AJ Styles.
For 240-somethings? Yeah, it was good.
Fans were still into it. Fans were still into LA Knight big time, obviously. Not a huge fan of AJ Styles' new song, but whatever.
I saw a lot of people on Twitter say that they really liked it, and maybe I'd have to go listen to it without crowd noise and stuff.
Maybe, but
it didn't catch me the first time. I wasn't.
It's got to be catchy though. Like I don't. Like your song can be good, but if okay, you know how we always talk about wrestlers, and they're really funny in real life, but they don't come off like that, and people don't really view them as funny when they come across on promos and stuff because it just doesn't hit the same way. There's a certain timing aspect of it. I think the same thing with theme songs. Like you can have a good theme song, but if that shit ain't catchy or it's easy to follow or be like instantly recognize this person as soon as that fucking song comes on, it's not better than fucking You Don't Want None. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's not better than that to me. So yeah, it's a step down for me.
Claudio's fucking hilarious, but it doesn't really come across in his
Correct.
promos ever.
Miro's funny.
Yeah, Miro's funny
Yeah,
too.
I mean, there's a lot of people like that. Brian Myers.
Lance Archer's funny.
I think Brian Myers was funny, and then like his whole SmackDown run when he came back, none of that shit was hitting because it just doesn't come off well. The stuff that type of comedy or whatever, that kind of timing. You have to have a very certain thing. Like LA Knight might not be funny at all in real life. We don't know, but he's got the timing.
Shoes of a Champion promo. And he's kind of funny.
Shoes of a Champion. Yeah, that was more of a botch though that he saved. Like
this jacket. Shoes of a champion. Wait, did I just say shoes of a champion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Logan Paul retained. This is where I was able to save my whole fucking weekend. Thank you, Logan Paul. Logan Paul
I don't
wins.
think I had this one that high on my confidence though, do I?
No, but I had it 4, and you got no points for it, so I needed it really bad. I had Logan Paul, Ryan picked Kevin Owens, and I swear to God, I was pissed when Kevin Owens had the same fucking entrance as Sami Zayn, and I was like, oh, I'm going to fucking lose.
That's when I was like, okay, I'm good.
Oh my God, I was like, no.
I thought they were going to have
He
Sami
stopped,
come
and I was like, not
afterwards,
Sami
give him a
Zayn,
hug.
not Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn sitting there, oh, it's your turn now. Fuck both of you, dude. All right. But yeah, Logan Paul
Kevin
won.
Owens
I
should've
mean, it
got
was
that
okay
fucking
match.
Chad Gable training, that was a problem.
I liked LA Knight versus AJ Styles better than the triple threat, but I wasn't really looking forward to the triple threat match anyway before going into
Not
it.
if you thought Paul was going to win.
I mean, I thought he was going to win just because of the same reason I thought LA Knight was going to win when I saw the Slim Jim shit, like the Prime shit everywhere. It fucking shit's in the middle of the ring. Yeah, no, he was for sure winning. I already knew that his contract is still going to be, he signed a multi-match or year contract or whatever, so I already knew that So there's no sense in taking it off of him right now. Maybe in Cleveland, Ohio for SummerSlam, it's his hometown. I don't know if they'll take it off of him or if he'll win again, but I assume that something will happen there with Logan Paul. Like I'm pretty certain he's gonna be holding this title until SummerSlam for sure.
I did enjoy Orton Spartan kicking the fuck out of the Prime Bottle mascot, but other than that, it was a pretty. I don't want to say like paint by numbers match, but it was
tame. It was a tame three-way match. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a. If you had to make like a generic three-way simulation in a video game,
yeah,
it's pretty much what would happen. Yeah.
Formulaic. The Pride got the dub over Final Testament.
This one was fun. The table botch was kind of funny, but
yeah, I mean that wasn't supposed to be fun, but yeah, it was fun for us. The only thing that I didn't like about the match was Bubba Ray Dudley. So other than that,
I didn't like Bubba. I know people really like Snoop Dogg on commentary.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, it was hilarious. I mean, it was hilarious, but it wasn't supposed to be hilarious. So
yeah.
So it wasn't like Pat McAfee, fucking, just cracking jokes and I'm laughing. And by the way, people are turning on Pat McAfee. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I thought Pat McAfee did good on both nights. So it's whatever. For a dude to get randomly dropped back in after being away from it because of football season where he was covering fucking College Game Day and then the NFL and having his own fucking show, to get dropped right back in there after the season was over and only having a few weeks before WrestleMania. No, he did a fucking great job both nights. I don't know what the fuck y'all are on.
You know what it might be is that him and Corey together is just too much. So
that's true, but I actually think that Pat being there helped bring Corey down a couple levels. Because Corey wasn't nearly as annoying to me last night as he usually is.
Well, his mic did get cut by the...
Good.
He got fucked up by that McIntyre.
But anyway, no, Snoop was... I was laughing out loud, dude. Snoop had me rolling. That man said, watch out to people after they got fucked up every time, and was telling them what to watch out for after they already got hit. Watch out, that's Steel right there. After you already got nailed on the stairs or whatever. Dude, it's so funny. It was hilarious. I loved it. He was high as a fucking kite. There's no way he wasn't. He was having way too much fun. He seemed way too relaxed. He did a really good job coming back out later, by the way, to announce the attendance, which I was like, when I saw him again, I was like, this is a mistake. I was like, this is not good to give this man a live mic. But man, I know I got to see footage because sometimes Michael Cole and Pat will put the phone in front of them so that you can see certain reactions and stuff while they're doing their job or whatever that they can post on social media later. I need to see how much they were cracking when Snoop was doing his shit and turning their mics off because they were probably laughing their ass off at the shit that he was doing. Took over.
Yeah, it just... I get that it was like an intermission match, so you kind of wanted to have some, levity, I guess. But it wasn't... It kind of distracted from what was, to me, supposed to be like a little bit more of a serious feud, which is why it was in a Philadelphia street fight anyway. But yeah, I mean, it didn't ruin the fucking show or anything. I just wasn't super into it.
It only enhanced the Karrion Kross match. That's hard to do. Snoop Dogg should be getting props for helping people get through a fucking Karrion Kross match. Thank you, Snoop Dogg. Thank you, Snoop. All right. And then finally, let's talk about the main event. The clusterfuck that was one of the best main events in WrestleMania recent memory. Let's be real. We knew exactly what was going to happen the night before, so I loved it. So I was like, give me all the bullshit. And that's exactly what we got. Outside of Austin returning, which is the only thing that I was really hoping that would happen, to fucking take out The Rock instead of Undertaker. But Undertaker made more sense with the Roman connection. So
I guess.
The Austin thing would have only made sense because of his feud with Rock at WrestleMania. Yeah, which would have been cool as fuck. But everybody that interfered on behalf of Cody,
fucking Roman.
Everybody, huh?
But Undertaker didn't come back and chokeslam Roman.
Yeah, I understand that. That's why I said I would have preferred Austin. But there's still a connection with Undertaker. There's still a connection between Undertaker and Rock too. Let's not act like that's never happened before.
I mean, it's just not that.
It's just not. Yeah, it's just not what the first thing you think of. We're gonna fucking bring out Farouk to give him a spine buster.
That would have been way better.
I agree, but I'm here all week, bro. I can quit my job anytime, WWE, if you want to bring me in. Like, no joke. Tony Khan, you out there too. I've said it many times on the show. Like, I can stop today. I've got ideas. And it's better than telling you them after the fact, like Snoop Dogg. So, I can tell you before.
Watch out for that chokeslam.
Oh, shit. But anyway.
Canvas mat.
But anyway, I thought the match was great because that's exactly what I wanted. That's exactly what the fuck I wanted to happen. The only thing I don't like it is that they didn't just immediately go into that kind of shit. Why are we wrestling one-on-one when you know, and everybody knows that everybody's gonna get involved in this shit? This match is not gonna fucking end in the first 15 minutes of y'all fucking dicking around and acting like it's gonna be one-on-one. We all know it's Bloodline rules. Just fucking do it.
He's gonna tap out clean to a Boston Crab.
Like, what the fuck are we doing? Oh shit! It was so crazy that it took The Rock that long to come out there. Like, what? Yeah, that's the only part I didn't like about it. But everything that actually happened in the match, it was very entertaining. But it would have been interesting to be like, to have like Cody hit him with the crossroads or something, and then Roman kick out. But it looked like Roman or Cody was going to win, and then maybe Cody goes into the corner to do his own spear. He does the hoo-ah thing but he does the whoa instead. And then as soon as he does that, that's when The Rock's music hits, and The Rock is the first one to come down. The Rock being one of the later ones to come out made no sense to me. Like, why would you come out after Cena? If anything, Cena should have came out after The Rock. It should have been Rock first, then Cena. And then, like, what should have happened was, like, maybe he gives him the attitude adjustment to play off that bullshit. And then Roman hits Cena with the spear because they had a long history. Then The Rock can hit him, or can get up and hit him with something, and then Taker can come out. Yeah, like, the bad guy should have came out first, not Cena. I mean, I understand that the Usos came out earlier or whatever, but, you know, that was just...
Solo was the reason that John came out.
Yeah, well, because Solo beat him or whatever, but did we really need that, though? Well, they could have saved Solo for later to try to do that same spot, because you remember when he went to go do the 3 crossroads again, I was waiting for Jacob Fatu, baby. I was waiting for him, but he didn't show up. I was so pissed. I was like, damn it. That would have been fucking... So people would have been so pissed. People would have been so pissed in Philly, dude. I don't know if that's the crowd you want to piss off like that with that many people, but that would have been hilarious for me to watch at the house.
They would have been fine.
That would have been fucking... Dude, they were... No, they would not have been fine.
They would have been fine.
Night 1, there was a lot of Rock fans because The Rock was wrestling. There was not that same crowd was not for Night 2, bro. They wanted Cody to win Night 2.
Yeah, fucking losers.
Jesus Christ.
I just hate greatness. I felt like one of the parts of that match that probably will be overlooked when people talk about it in the future, but was like the most important story part of the match, was the Seth Rollins part. Because the Seth Rollins part, the whole reason that Rock gets back into the ring at all is to Superman punch Rollins when Rollins is about to hit Rock with the chair. And, like, of course you watch that and it looks fucking ridiculous because they just did this whole build with the Shield music and all this stuff. He comes in and immediately gets fucking laid out. But that puts him in the corner. So then when later Reigns has the chair and it's Cody and Rollins both getting up at the same fucking time, and Reigns is standing in the middle of them, like, he can hit either one of them with his chair. He could have hit Cody with the chair and won the fucking match. But instead, he's so pissed off about all the old Rollins shit for the last 10 fucking years that he hits Rollins with the chair instead and loses the match. Like, that tieback and that piece of the Reigns character is such a well-told part of the whole story of his character and of that match and of the Rollins shit, and tied it all together in like a way where you realize he could have won the match if not for his personal hang-up with Rollins again. Like, his personal hang-up with Rollins because of that original betrayal 10 years ago.
Yeah,
is still fucking him over
in his head, yes, this whole time.
Yes.
And then it doesn't help that they create a new title, and the last person he had lost to was Rollins, and
Right.
then Rollins is the first champion with the new title, so all that is in his head. And then, to even make it even more surreal for everybody, the night before, you gotta remember, Ryan just laid out for you the Shield breakup, which everybody still talks about, like that's the day their heart broke or whatever. Like they couldn't believe it because everybody was so into the Shield, dude. They were high as fuck.
Rollins
like,
did the exact
so
same
high.
sell of the chair shot as Reigns.
Yeah,
did.
no, I agree with all that. But the night
Fall forward
before,
and hit
what
on
probably
the-
pissed off Reigns even more, kayfabe wise, is that he had no problem saving fucking someone that he lost to 3 times in a row, but he wanted to turn on Roman and Dean at the time. So like, what? Like that probably pissed him off even more when he saw that he pushed him out of the way of the fucking spear, and then Roman speared Rock the night before instead. So yeah, like really, you're gonna save this motherfucker, but you fucking turned on me? That all that kind of stuff in the same thing, and when you think about the story or whatever, is insanely well done. Not saying that they couldn't have done that last year, but hey, whatever. I don't think we needed a whole nother year of that to do that, but hey, whatever. Cody did get his moment. Cody did win. It was a pretty cool fucking moment. Somebody had pointed out that the locker room emptied just like it did for Dusty when he won his first title in the cage match. And also, I thought it was really good.
Oh, so Dusty won a title, so what the fuck do we need this for?
Not a WWE one.
Doesn't matter.
I told you he was former 3-time world champion.
Yeah,
Stop
I
acting
know.
like you don't pay attention to what the fuck I say when I talk
already
about
know. I knew that before you said it. I know fucking Dusty.
Yeah, okay. Okay, sure. All right, so the other thing about it that I thought was really cool is that everybody that came out for Cody, besides family and shit, like just the wrestlers, were all people that Roman had beaten and screwed over on the way. It was LA Knight. It was Seth Rollins. It was John Cena. It was...
Who's out there?
It was, shit. Randy Orton. It was all the people that it was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. It was and Jey Uso. It was all the people that Roman fucked over and probably should have lost to every single one of them if it wasn't for quote unquote bloodline rules. Because he just inserted those rules in every goddamn match without the ref looking at us, and then every time that's when we were getting the House of Torture fucking endings and the Nitro endings all the time with the NWO. And then, so I thought that was interesting too. I thought that was pretty cool that all the people that were in the ring celebrating with Cody were all people that previously got fucked over by the Bloodline in Roman Reigns matches.
But then the real question is, y'all are so mad at Reigns about that. You know that this is a match with no DQ where anybody can run in.
Yeah, why didn't
Where the fuck were y'all
a lot of
10
those
minutes
guys
ago?
had matches already by it. Calm down.
Who cares? Where were y'all 10 minutes ago? You can come
Well,
out
that's
there
the thing.
and
That's
hold
the
him
thing
up
that
over your
makes
head?
Seth Rollins' thing even more impressive is that Seth lost 2 matches back to back, like literally back to back WWE matches. The last match on night 1 and the first match on night 2, and was hurt, lost his world title, and still came out to fucking help him and was the first one to do it.
Hey, but he finally main evented a WrestleMania, so good for him.
Pretty sure he's main evented a WrestleMania before, but okay.
Cash-in doesn't count.
How the fuck does that not count? Man had the coolest cash-in of all time. Yeah, it
But
counts.
he didn't main event it.
He did main event it. He was in the match. It
Main
made it
eventing
a
it is
3-way.
like when you are on
When he entered himself
you're
in the match, it was a
advertised-
triple threat. So yes, he main evented.
It's when you're advertised to be on the show. Like
Oh
the
my
whole
god,
point
he
of
was advertised to be on the show. He had
I
a
main
match-
evented it thing is that the company
match earlier, I believe.
uses you to sell tickets to the show. So
It was a main event. It's a main event WrestleMania moment. Yes, it is. And it's probably one of the coolest WrestleMania moments of all time.
I think the coolest main event
Don't start your shit.
WrestleMania moment of all time was WrestleMania 39. This fucking loser named Cody Rhodes came in from this other company. He gets fucking squashed. And somebody throws a rubber chicken in the ring.
No, he did. First of all, he didn't get squashed, but okay. So how fast?
Okay.
Before we get out of here, we're gonna grade it. We're gonna grade the pay-per-view as a whole. Obviously, that's what we always do. But I do want to do 2 quick opinionated questions. I mean, they're all opinionated on the show, but what's your opinion on when we think we'll see Jacob Fatu and Bo Dallas?
Oh yeah. Tomorrow night will probably be Bo Dallas.
I was really hoping for like a cliffhanger at the end of WrestleMania where the fucking lights went out and then something played on the fucking the Jumbotron or whatever the hell they call it now.
You know what I wanted was you know they got that hologram technology now? They did it for like the Tupac concert, stuff like that. I was hoping there was a moment in the match where Cody Rhodes just gets fucking Yamcha'd into the ground. It's just laying there. They do like a hologram of Dusty Rhodes.
Like you are the one true king.
With a
like
little
fucking
halo
Mufasa.
over his head. Fucking, you gotta get
You are
up.
the
You gotta
one
get up, son.
You're the one true king.
Yeah.
You're the.
Um.
Don't let your royal
No.
family down.
Yeah. You gotta
That
get
would've
up.
been awesome.
You gotta get up. And then he just fades out, and then Cody's like, oh, he gets up.
Yeah, it would be cool to. I don't know if Jacob
Real
Fatu's
pro
going to show
wrestling
up
shit.
tonight. I don't know if they're happy with him right now. I don't know if he was actually in the plans and then that got out and they're like, nah, fuck that now. Which also could be possible because we know how WWE is. Or it'll be interesting to see if Roman starts blaming everybody on SmackDown and that's when like a Jacob Fatu comes in and like, I'm the new fucking. I'm the new
Enforcer
fucking
Solo
head of the table
sucks.
type shit. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh no, he wouldn't do that.
Why?
He doesn't-
Roman might be leaving.
Maybe.
I think, legit, they're gonna need somebody in his spot, and Jacob Fatu is a fucking beast.
I think you gotta wrap stuff up with Roman if he's gonna take some time off.
Yeah, you wrapped it up with
I don't
Jacob
think-
Fatu taking over.
Yeah, but unless it's like a peaceful transfer of power,
No.
I don't. Oh, you think he just comes in and fucking beats the shit out of Roman, and everybody's just like,
Dude,
okay,
Jacob
cool, yeah, we
Fatu,
follow you now?
dude, Jake, you're trying to build somebody on the same level as Roman, fast. So yes,
It's not gonna work. The fans aren't
Bullshit, it
gonna.
won't.
The fans aren't gonna buy that.
Jacob Fatu is no. Wait till they see this motherfucker.
I've
It'll
seen
work.
him.
It'll work.
I've seen him.
I promise you, it'll work. The other thing was the Bo Dallas thing. I'm hoping that happens tonight on Raw. Honestly, they're gonna need the star power now that Cody's gonna be obviously on SmackDown. So
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that with the way that they built with the.
I just don't want him to be
documentary-
Captain Howdy. I want him to. I'd rather him do the.
Say Captain.
Huh? Uncle
Say
Howdy,
Captain.
whatever. It's the same shit.
Captain.
It's based off of Captain Howdy from fucking Exorcist. So anyway,
But that's still not a fucking. That's still not his name.
anyway, Uncle Howdy, which I don't think he can wrestle in that shit anyway. That mask is awful to wrestle in. It would be cool if they redid the last Fiend thing that he never got to debut. If they did that for him, that would be cool. Or just do something completely new altogether.
I don't think we need to continue the Bray Wyatt continuity at all. I understand that there's a desire to do it for his family or whatever, but
Bo wants to do it.
I don't think Bo fits in that role. He doesn't talk the same. He doesn't.
Oh
have
shit, he
the
doesn't
look,
talk the same. They
doesn't
sound
have-
exactly the same.
No. When I say he doesn't talk the same, I don't mean they don't have the same accent. I mean like they don't have the same fucking cadence. They don't have the same delivery. Like they just don't.
They definitely have the
It
same
doesn't-
cadence, bro. Now I agree
No,
with you
they
that
don't.
he's. Yes, they do.
They don't. I don't
Yes,
think
they
you know what
do.
cadence means.
Yes, they do. And then the only thing I agree with you on is that obviously Bray Wyatt was a better promo, but all of his shit would be pre-taped stuff anyway. The Fiend never fucking just talked in the fucking middle of the ring, so it doesn't matter.
How are you gonna explain the wrestling ability change from somebody that we know is fucking Bo Dallas, who hasn't done anything since Bo Dallas?
I didn't say he had to be the
in
same
this-
character.
Yeah, but everybody knows it's Bo Dallas. So
Yeah, I know that. So your point, no
so
one
he
gives a
comes back
fuck.
from losing fucking tag team matches that they outcast to all of a sudden being like a major player in the division.
Yes.
It's just
He
it's
was-
not gonna work, man.
But the Outcast from fucking 10 years ago, no one gives a fuck
Yeah.
about the Outcast. It's not
What has
Bo
he done since?
Dallas.
Nothing. It's not gonna work. It's just not
Disagree.
gonna work.
Strongly
Don't fall
disagree.
for it.
I
It's not gonna
disagree.
work. Okay, watch.
I can argue that fucking Bo Dallas is a better wrestler than fucking Bray Wyatt. Yeah.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not.
Okay. How do you think Bo Dallas would have done in that Hell in a Cell match? You think he would have lasted through 9 stomps and a mallet? No.
Bray Wyatt didn't last either. That's why they called it off.
He
Dumbass.
did last.
No, he
the
didn't.
ref was trying to.
No, he didn't last
interfere.
either.
He was trying to fuck on Bray Wyatt. That was the problem.
Okay.
Um,
Grade the pay-per-view so we can get the fuck out of here. You're bullshit.
out of what? We're doing 5s, A's? What are we doing?
No, grades.
Yeah. That means a lot of things. You get a 100 grade. Do you mean like an A scale? It's like a B minus, B plus. It's a B plus. There was a couple matches that didn't really. The J. Are we doing these by night or just overall?
No, overall.
B plus.
We already know night 2 was better than night 1.
B plus.
The worst match on night 1 was the Uso match, and then the worst match on night 2 was probably the 3-on-3 Philadelphia Street Fight.
Yeah.
And the
Or the
rest of the
triple. Well, the triple threat wasn't great.
Oh, the triple threat, yeah. I'd probably go with the triple threat, actually, yeah.
I felt like it was bad, which is why it's a B plus.
No, that's
But,
why,
like,
I mean, that's why night 2 was also better than night 1.
Yeah.
There was really
It
only
just
one
wasn't
bad
pretty
match,
fun
I
with it.
guess. Which I would never go back and watch, and that's Uso versus Uso. Oh, you said B plus.
You guys say A minus or some bullshit?
No, fuck no. They're definitely not getting an A from me, bro. No, hell no.
Wow.
No.
Look at this anti-WWE.
It's not anti-WWE. There's just no way that's a fucking A show, dude. There's no way.
AEW mark.
There's no way. Love Jade. Love the feel-good moment for R-Truth. Love that Rhea retained. Love that Bayley got her title. Love that Drew got his 2 seconds of fame. LA Knight got the dub. Cody got the win.
It's a lot of positives for a
There is a lot of positives. That doesn't mean the matches were good,
your
though.
negatives are Jay, the triple threat, and the 3v3.
Yes, but I also wasn't a huge fan of the ladder match because it was a run-of-the-mill ladder match.
Okay.
Um,
How'd you feel about the entrances this year?
I think they relied too heavily on the CGI, and the actual physical entrances weren't very intricate at all. Kind of like they phoned it in, honestly. Like a lot of people were like, "Oh, that Bayley entrance was so good." No, it was what? It was a regular ass entrance, bro. Like she got carried 10 feet and then got put down and then walked to the ring. What? Let's pump the brakes on what constitutes as a great WrestleMania entrance, okay?
You didn't like
the best WrestleMania entrance to me was Randy Orton catching a ride. That was cool as shit to me.
Yeah. Well, Kevin was going a little fast.
He was going very fast. Randy literally said, "Slow down."
Slow down.
Yeah, that would have fucking funny.
He was going to launch him into the fucking ring.
Yeah, that was good shit.
I thought... So I think the reason that the entrances didn't hit quite the same is two things. The ramp itself was a little too narrow.
Well, it was only narrow on one side, if that makes sense. You see how that one side was different from the other side? Like one side had more room?
Yeah, and then the stage itself, that XL shit took up so much space and was so distracting from any of the visual stuff that you could have going on out there.
Yeah, so you couldn't have like the big blow-ups and all that kind of shit. Yeah.
It was weird. I wasn't like I thought the Rollins one was pretty cool.
I thought Cody's would have been cooler if he was wearing like a black. Why didn't he attach like a black mask behind it so he could see through it? But then we only see black. You know, like the bullshit,
fucking,
like the Green Man suits.
You didn't like the Party City skeleton mask?
No, the mask was cool. I just don't like that I could see his eyebrows through the fucking eye holes instead of just putting a fucking black mask attached to the.
Clearly not made for him.
Dude. Just put a fucking black mask on under it. It would have been fine. I mean, I understand you couldn't do the black makeup like Edge did because, you know, then you gotta take it off and wrestle and that shit. You're gonna look weird as fuck. But put the fucking black mask on.
You should have had Stardust paint on underneath it.
No, you should not.
I do wish they had come to some sort of agreement with AEW where Dustin could have run out. That was my one disappointment. I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about when the Shield music hit.
They thought it was
I hope it's Dean. You guys are fucking dumb.
I mean, that's why they did it. You know that's why they did it, right?
Like, it made no sense. Why would you think that?
No, that's why WWE did it. They wanted you to think that was a possibility, though. That was smart on their part.
For the 8 seconds, to get all the hype of the 8 seconds? Like, come on.
They wanted people tuned in. They thought... Did you not see how many fucking people tweeted about it?
Are you gonna call your friend and tell him to pay $60 to go listen to the Shield music?
Dude. Some people would have.
They were already watching.
It doesn't matter. That's why they did it. They wanted the reaction. They got the reaction they wanted on social media. That's what the fuck they did it for.
Didn't you just say you're not going to call your friend and tell them to go pay $60 to watch a match?
I didn't say I would.
At the end of the pay-per-view?
Who said I would do it?
What the fuck do you mean tuned in?
What the hell are you talking about? I didn't say fucking like they were watching something else and then they come over. Like, actually paying attention to what was going on and, like, going...
It was the main event, bro. They're already paying attention.
No, like, actually, like, fucking going on social media. Like, look at how many people mentioned Dean Ambrose online. Let's just look at it. Tell me it didn't work. And tell me it didn't do exactly what the fuck they said it was going to do. I can't help that wrestling fans are stupid, bro. They don't know how fucking contracts work. That's not my fault. I'm just telling you what they did, and they knew exactly what they were doing. They know that most wrestling fans are not geniuses, okay?
Listen, it would have been cool, though.
Yeah, it would have been. No shit, it would have been cool. And it would have been even cooler if it came out and Michael Cole called him John Moxley, because then all bets are off when he shows back up in AEW, and then it's like, okay, then we have no idea what the fuck is ever going to happen on any show ever again, on any promotion. Which, yes, that part of it would have been cool as fuck. I agree.
That's not part of the Paul Levesque era, though.
It could be. You never know.
Bro,
You fucking
I'm
never
so
know.
sick of hearing this shit already. He was already a fucking booker when Vince was still there, and everybody was shitting on the product then too.
Okay,
So
hold on,
acting
hold on,
like
hold
it's
on,
some
hold
whole
on.
new thing.
In
All
his
right.
defense, which I'm not a huge Triple H guy, but you're not gonna sit there and act like fucking we don't have all the reports from Sean Ross Sapp saying Vince comes in and fucking changed every fucking thing that they had.
And there were plenty of reports too where it was like, oh no, that wasn't a Vince thing. That was a them thing.
Well, he's not gonna fucking hit every time. Tony doesn't hit every time either.
Yeah, that's true. But again, my point is they're acting like this is like some brand new turning of the leaf, some brand new. He's had the fucking book for a while.
Yeah, it's not like this though. I disagree. I do believe it's a new era, and if he fucking fucks something up, I do. You know what I think? I think it'll be a truly new era when Bruce Pritchard's the fuck out of there too. Get him the fuck out too. That's when I'll know for sure. Like I have zero issues with Triple H being in charge of creative, zero. But
no, it needs to they just need to give it to Sean. It's time.
no,
Sean,
it's not.
Sean
NXT is
only
not.
motherfucker-
I don't give a fuck what anybody says. NXT storylines have not been good. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Oh no, not for storylines. I just
Well,
want
what
to
the fuck do you think creative is exactly?
Hiring a lot of volleyball players to come to NXT.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we shouldn't hold shit against Sean because he's working with what he's got over there. But yeah, no, like the creative is not good over there, bro.
Yeah. I realize that now that I said that out loud, that it made it sound like, oh, I want to see volleyball players. That was actually a joke about how they're doing talent acquisition. That was not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
But anyway.
NIL shit, whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah. All right. So anyway, so I don't know if I'd give it a B plus. I gotta get the fuck out of here though. Let me think. I don't think I want to agree with you, honestly. I'm going to give it I'll just give it a B.
Okay. That's a lot of discussion to go.
I give it a B.
One fucking half notch underneath my score.
I give it a B because I don't think it's a B plus. Like it's good.
Well, did you think Daniel Bryan was a B plus player?
No.
All right. So you thought it was less?
C plus, yeah. Yeah, fucking. I mean, I kind of agree with it, but I feel like that's also going too high. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, look. Here's what I will say.
We're just get okay. So solid grades, like a solid grade is usually like a C, C plus, and I just think this card was solid. There's nothing that I'm gonna be watching 10 years from now and be like, oh, besides the Cody just winning the match, I don't think I'll be watching the entire match back or anything. But like, obviously, the Cody thing is gonna be the moment. Yeah, the Cody thing's gonna be the moment, but. But as far as matches go, it's not like I'm going back to watch fucking Ospreay versus Takeshita.
I have.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Nothing on this is like that.
Okay.
I will go back and watch Ospreay versus Takeshita many times.
It's because WWE doesn't care about wrestling, bro. They just tell stories.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they don't care about wrestling for real,
Well, they don't tell stories. That's the fucked up part. They tell one story.
Yeah, well, they tell one very brilliant story. Yes. They had a lull in the middle, and then they had to save it. So
right.
They have. Although the Drew
Drew
Punk
McIntyre
thing,
story.
the Drew Punk thing is great, but that's because of Drew. And the Bailey EO thing, Bailey
Drew
Damage
telling a
Control.
story on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. It's not on TV. Yeah, exactly.
It's not telling a story.
My thing with the wrestling thing, if they're not going to let them
Thing with the wrestling.
if they're not going to let them do the Ospreys versus Takeshita's, because you know Ospreay's really fucking lazy and doesn't want to work full time.
He doesn't want to grind, bro.
Yeah, he doesn't want to grind, and we just can't have that shit at WWE because they're not grinding at all when
We're
the bell
full
rings.
of grinders over here. With
In comparison, they're not grinding at all when the bell rings compared to what Ospreay's doing. So I don't know what the fuck we're talking about here, but
compared to Ospreay, their fucking world champion had what 16 defenses in 4 years.
who?
WWE.
Roman?
How many defenses did
He
Roman
had
have
30.
over
That was his
whole
30th,
reign?
31st defense last night.
Yeah,
In
Ospreay
40
had that
and
many
3
matches in a
and something.
fucking month. Okay.
Yeah.
And
No,
this is so dumb.
I understand all this. I am on your side. Calm down. But if they're
I'm
going to
not
go that
arguing
route, and not have Ospreys versus Takeshita matches, then you better give me more of what the fuck we saw in the main events of night 1 and night 2 then. More crazy shit, just straight chaos where anybody can come out, as long as the story's good behind it or whatever, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. Like, I'm cool with that. If that's what WWE wants to be, I'm all in on that. Because that's what I grew up with. I don't want to say attitude era, but that's pretty much what that kind of shit was right there. Those last two matches on night 1 and night 2.
the thing that made the Attitude Era good was the interplay between characters that weren't necessarily in programs at the moment. Like,
Yeah, but main eventers. Yes.
Right. They were
Exactly.
all
We talked about it
interacting,
before. Yeah.
cross-interacting
The
or
Rock,
whatever.
Austin, Triple H, Kane, Undertaker, Mankind. Yes. Agree. That's what they need. That's what that was.
Right.
I'm cool with that. But the problem is the rest of your roster, and you need to know this, Trips, the rest of your roster will not benefit from that because you'll be so top heavy, which he's kind of been anyway for the last 3 years when Roman's fucking been champ. So, like, you can have a really good women's division. You have a really good women's division, and you can have a lot of main event dudes, and you can have it intertwined and have the crazy Attitude Era fucking endings or whatever to hook us for the next week. But your tag division is going to suck, which it has. Your storytelling is going to suck as far as top to bottom, which it has. You're going to see a lot of the same people intertwining and wrestling in the same style matches against the same people, which we have when you're talking about Bronson Reed, Shinsuke Nakamura, Ivar, and fucking Ricochet. You know, all those guys have been literally just intertwining Tommaso Ciampa. There was a fucking 7-8 week thing in a row where they were just all rotating, wrestling each other. Like, for nothing. For literally nothing. So, like, if you're cool with that, and then just being top heavy, I'm cool with it. As long as we know what we're supposed to be and what our identity is going into stuff. Like, I'm all for watching motherfucking WWE pay-per-views if I know that there's going to be just a clusterfuck of weird shit happening in the main event, and I don't know what I'm about to see, but it's going to be entertaining. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, but then it gets to the point, too, where it's like, you have the... It's always a run-in, it's always bullshit, it's always fuck finishes. And that gets old, too. So there's a balance somewhere. Because I don't want to watch stuff every time where there's no conclusion, either. You got to know when to move to the next thing.
Yes, no, I agree with that. But it's not like I want it every WrestleMania. I could have it on a Backlash, and then, hey, at SummerSlam, we have a legit straight-up match between the two people. And then we turn right around, and December comes around, Armageddon or TLC, and we have some fucking crazy shit or something like that.
Well, that's why there was so much, if you remember all that Edge, Orton, Cena clusterfuck for like 3 years straight. A lot of that was built on that, too. It's like weird fuck finishes all the time that left things open-ended.
Yeah, but as a weekly TV show, that's what you want, don't you? Don't you want a hook? Though we haven't been getting hooks for a long time. So,
well, there's one on AEW.
Yeah, for sure. I'm talking about for them because in AEW, I get everything I want out of AEW. Honestly, I get the hook.
Ignore my joke.
I get the hooks. I get the great wrestling matches. I get the good women's division. I get great tag team wrestling. I get storylines, whether people like them or not, or recognize that they're storylines. I don't know what the disconnect there is, but they have tons of storylines. The only thing that, I don't like about AEW right now, and I'm not trying to turn this into an AEW thing, but the only thing I don't like about AEW right now is that Ring of Honor is too involved with AEW, and it needs to be a separated thing. Other than that, I'm cool with fucking AEW. Everything I like about it.
I was just making a joke that they have a guy named Hook.
Yeah, okay, that's great. Good for you. But they still have hooks from week to week, though.
Yeah.
Like on Collision, for instance, this last Collision, when fucking Copeland comes out and Penta's in the fucking ring and they're staring each other down. That's a fucking hook. So, I'm excited to see that fucking match, because that's a match we've never seen before.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so B, I guess I can give it a B+ too. I fucking hate you. I don't want to agree with you, but B+ for me as well. I don't know how they're going to do anything on Backlash to reach that same level. It's going to be, that's the other thing, like you were talking about with Triple H earlier, with the Gunther situation, the Io Sky situation, when Rhea eventually loses her title, because she's had it for over a year. And then, of course, Cody getting the title from a long reign from Roman. These are all going to be drop-offs, whether he likes it or not, because it's just not going to be sustainable. The problem is, or the trick is for him, is he going to be able to bounce back fast enough before they lose all their
goodwill?
Well, not even goodwill, prestige for those titles that they've built up.
I think if Jade wins one of the women's belts, then you don't have that same issue that much there, because there's going to be enough intrigue into seeing how her title reign goes. But I think there is a problem in like the intercontinental scene where there's not a lot of people that are going to keep it at the same level that Gunther had it at. And Cody, as much as people like Cody, he's a chaser. He's not a dominant like champion. I mean, even in his TNT.
I mean, based off,
open
you're
title
basing
stuff.
that off a TNT title run, obviously, because we've never seen him win a world title before or anything remotely this high. So it'll be interesting to see how they do it. Because I agree with you. I think he's going to be more of a Dusty Rhodes or a Sting instead of a Ric Flair, Roman Reigns. But that's always how it's kind of been, except for Hogan and Bob Backlund and Bruno Sammartino back in the day when the faces had long reigns and the heels didn't. So it'll be interesting to see if they go with that, because they just had a heel have a long reign. So no one's expecting Cody to come out there and have anything close to Roman, obviously. But it will be interesting to see how he loses it, who he loses it to, and how long he had it. So we'll see how it goes after that. And then is this going to open up the floodgates for Cody as well? Is he just going to be fucking 8-time champion in 2 years because, you know, he got the first one under his belt and now it's okay, Cody can be world champion and everything's fine with the world. Everybody can still sleep at night.
And he can lose it and still have credibility in winning it back.
Yeah, because he's not getting the Dolph Ziggler effect where you're losing every fucking match when you have a world title shot.
And once you've beaten the biggest guy, even if somebody beats you, you've always got the credibility of like, oh, I can go in and beat that guy again. I can beat him back.
Yeah, exactly. Dolph Ziggler cashes in on Alberto Del Rio, then never sniffs the fucking world title again. Cody goes out there, defeats the entire bloodline and the longest modern fucking day reign. It's not the same. So Cody can go out there, drop the title in a few months, have like his next 3 world title chances not go his way, and people will still believe he has a shot because of who he beat when he fucking did actually win the title. So
you think having McIntyre just chase him down would be interesting whenever he wraps up whatever he does with Punk?
I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
Isn't his contract up soon?
When they said new era, yeah, there's a lot of people posting Drew Galloway to AEW as All Elite. That was funny. There's a lot of stuff they can do right now, and I don't know which way they're gonna go. And the part of the reason I don't know which way they're gonna go is because Damian Priest won.
Where is Sheamus?
Sheamus said he's coming back soon. I just read that earlier today. So. Cool. But anyway, B+ from both of us. Pretty good WrestleMania, better than the last 2 years overall from top to bottom. Very happy for the new champs.
Well,
most of the new champs.
Yeah.
And everybody did a pretty damn good job, honestly. We'll talk about the rest of everything else that we had planned for this week on Sunday coming up. That'll be
some interesting
Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor review. We're gonna have Sakura Genesis review. We're gonna have
Dynamite review.
Our Ariel Helwani CM Punk review. AEW Dynasty hype levels, especially after Wednesday, whenever that goes down, because I'm sure that'll break the internet if that actually goes down. A lot of people still skeptical. We'll see. And there was something else too that we're going to talk about. Give me a second. I got it here. Oh, and the Hall of Fame. We'll talk about the Hall of Fame that just took place as well. So, WWE Hall of Fame, Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor review, AEW Dynasty hype level, CM Punk Ariel Helwani interview, and New Japan Cup winner Yoda in Sakura Genesis taking on Naito. We'll review at least that match for sure.
Windy City Riot is this week too, isn't it?
I think so. That's when Moxley goes against Naito.
Yeah,
I think it's this week. I'm pretty sure. In Chicago.
It's either Friday or Saturday.
It'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Well, yeah, Sunday should be a huge show. Hope you guys enjoy the week in wrestling and get ready for the internet to melt down on Wednesday night. I'm fully expecting a ton of fucking notifications when I wake up Wednesday night to go to work. This has been the MonsterCast. That's Ryan. I'm Jack. Deuces.